Okay, all right. So we left off where our ATM program wasn't working, and I wanted you guys to figure out why. So I entered 5,000, and they're saying unsupported operand type, blah blah blah. So these things you will get them a lot in Python, and so you need to learn how to read and understand error statements. When we used a variable that was not already defined, the error type is called name error. It means you are using a variable whose name you have never defined. Now it is saying type error. That means you are doing something inconsistent with some data types. Okay, so it is saying unsupported operand types for minus, int, and string. So it is telling us that we are trying to subtract a string from an integer. It's like, let me clarify this. If I do this, if I say age is equal to, let's say, 76, okay? And I say new age is equal to age plus 1. Who knows what will happen here?
Another generate an error.
Let's see. Why? Because age is equal to 76. It's not 76, the number 76. It's the text 7 followed by 6. And so if you try to add 1 to 7 followed by 6, it doesn't know what to do with it. But if instead we said age is equal to the number 76, so what you put in quote, even if it's a number, to the computer or to Python, is just a text. But if we did this, then we can do new age is equal to this, and we should be able to print. We should be able to print new age. And now it works. So if we go back to the old one where we said age is equal to, let's say, 99. Okay. If this is a string, the way we know that is to type age is a string. So we need to do something called type casting, where you are converting the variable's type from one type to another. Now we know it's a string, but we want it as an integer. So we can say age is equal to int age. Look at this. I call integer as a function and I pass age to it. So it's like basically take the text 98 and convert it to a number. Python knows how to convert that to a number. And it will store it back into age. So if we do this, now age, let's check the type. That age has changed from being a string to an integer. So this is called type casting, where you call a data type as a function and you pass in a variable and it has to convert that. Okay? It doesn't mean just because it has been able to convert the string 99 into an integer, it can convert everything. Let's see something. If I try to convert this 90, what do you think will happen? Python doesn't know how to do that because it's not straightforward. How will it know that this is 90 that you want it to do? So if I do this, it says value error, invalid literal for int with base 10. So it's actually expecting something in base 10 that you have written as a text, then it can convert it to an integer. In the same way, if I have an integer and I want to convert it to a string, I just call str on it. If I want to convert something to a float, I just need to call float on it, and it will do that for me. Now, let's see what happens when you use input. So if I say, let's say data is equal to input, because the input is what we use to accept the withdrawal amount. Then I say enter something. I mean, we don't care what you enter. And then I enter 89. Let's check the data type of data. There's a string. So the problem we had in the program was that, what is the program? The problem we had here was that when you use input to receive amount is actually a string. So the 5,000 I entered wasn't 5,000, it was 5000. It's not a number. Edward, do you follow?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so at this point, amount is a string. And the way to get it as an integer is to call int on it. Do you understand, Isaac? So we get it as a string here. And before we use it in a mathematical calculation, we convert it to an integer so that it is now valid. So now let's go back to try our program. So I want to withdraw 4,000 now. Now it says after withdrawing 4,000, your new balance is 11,000 because we have taken 4,000 out of 15,000. So I'm giving this to you as an exercise. I'm giving you guys 10 minutes to finish it. And whoever finishes should just present his result. I'm going to give the computer for Isaac to be trying whilst I go and get something from the fridge. And Edward, also try it on your own. Rosina, try it on your own. In about...
Going back, I mean, with the 15,000, there wasn't anything like a quotation to make it a string. So how come it was a text string?
So 15,000 here is a number. Where it came as a string is amount. When you use the input function to receive input from the user, no matter what the user types, Python brings it to you as a string. Okay. So over here, if you type 4,000, it is like 4,000 in quotes. Okay. And so you can't use that in maths. And so you have to, first of all, call the integer on it to convert it to an integer before you can use that in maths. Okay. All right. So
I also have something to say.
Okay.
So I tried the code without the without calling the integer on the amount, and it worked. So I don't know why we needed the int in this particular code.
The version of Python you are using. When you go to your terminal and type Python, what do you see?
I'll clear it again and check. Python 2.
Exactly.
7.15.
So you are using Python 2.7 and this is Python 3.7. So there are some slight differences in them which can cause issues. That is why I like to try out in the live interactive session. Because so the way I did that is I just said data is equal to, I just said data is equal to input, enter something, okay? And I entered a number. Now I check the type and it tells me it's a string. So that is how I got to know that in this version of Python, the input returns a string. But in Python 2.7, which I believe I should have Python 2.7. Let me see how I can get Python 2.7. Under deactivate. Okay, let me see. Okay, now I have Python 2.7. Let's say data is equal to input, enter something. I enter 56. Type of data. You see the problem? So in Python 2.7, the input function is actually able to determine the data type based on what you type. But in Python 3.7, they chose to return it as a string. And so you need to know these subtle differences. But because I have told everyone in this class to use Python 3.7, we should all stick to it so that we have the same problems and then we can attend to them equally. So I'm going to quit. I'm going to use Python 3 over here. Okay. So the assignment I'm giving you for you to do right now is the program's output says after withdrawing amount, your new balance is remaining balance. I want you to say after withdrawing, let's say amount from, then you state the existing amount. So in this program, I want to see, let's say if I enter to withdraw 2,000. I want the output to be after withdrawing 2,000 from 15,000, your new balance is 13,000. So 5 minutes, I'm going to get water. So Edward, try it and everybody will present their solution. I said I want the output to show after withdrawing amount from existing balance, your new balance is remaining balance. So in this case, our existing balance is 15,000. If I choose to withdraw, let's say 2,000, I want the output to be after withdrawing 2,000 from 15,000, your new balance is 13,000. Where do we get to the? I'll scroll this way. Yeah, 2 fingers like it. So, yeah. Then you can just do that. So now you can try it. Okay. Yeah, that's it. You got it right. Congratulations. Shoot. So you guys, your time is up. And so the screen was shared. So you even saw what Isaac was doing already, which means you have already seen the answer. Edward, do you mind sharing what you have?
Okay. Can I read it out?
Okay. I think you should. I should be able to stop screen sharing, and then you will share.
Okay.
Yeah. So you take over the screen now. Share and let's see.
Who's disabled attendee screen sharing?
Oh, let me see. Edward, this should be you. Okay, I can make you co-host. Or I can let you start a share. Yeah. Are you seeing any prompt on your Zoom now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you should be able to share.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my code. My internet went by, so I didn't want to run it, but this is the code. So please.
We can't see your screen. Have you shared your screen?
I've shared it.
Wow. I can't.
Okay. One second.
Okay, let me do this. Now it's coming. Now we can see you. Your camera is rather showing.
Wow. Share screen. Post disabled attendee screen sharing.
Okay, let me multiple participants can share screen now. Try and see if you can share screen now.
Okay.
So it was rather the start video was making you share your camera instead. Okay, I've made you a co-host.
Okay. Can you see my screen now, please?
Not yet. Now we can see.
Okay, so that's my code.
Okay. Okay. So yes, that is it. That is correct. So you are using Jupyter notebooks. That's fine. And next lessons, I'll use that as well so that people don't have to install Jupyter. Okay. All right. So congratulations. That's correct.
Thank you, sir.
Now I'll stop sharing and then let Rosina share her screen.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Okay. In that case, I'll just share mine and then show what Isaac did, and which is the same as what Edward also has. So Rosina, you can look at what we have here. So basically what I wanted was in outputting the final message you send to the user, you want to show how much they withdrew from their old balance and how much is remaining. So it had nothing to do with math. It was basically just using F strings to include the existing balance, okay? So if I withdrew 2,000, I want to see after withdrawing 2,000, because the 2,000 we stored in amount, from 15,000, which is your balance, your new balance is remaining balance. So if we run the program like Isaac did here, if I withdraw, let's say 13,500 from 15,000, I'm expecting to be left with 1,500. And the output is saying after withdrawing 13,500 from 15,000, your new balance is 1,500. So I will let us end this session here today and take questions. And in the next session, I will teach you how to polish this to include some checks and balances. For example, if I came and I tried withdrawing 25,000, I can. Just that, Medibank Neka. So it is saying after withdrawing 25,000 from 15,000, your new balance is negative 10,000. So it's not an entirely wrong program. It's like taking overdraft, but we are not an overdraft bank. Now we are giving overdraft because we don't know how to prevent overdraft. But in our next meeting, I will show you how to prevent overdraft so that people cannot withdraw more than they're supposed to. And we also include entering your PIN so that if you insert your card, you have to enter your PIN and we have to check that your PIN matches what is on your card, blah, 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 before we continue. So we'll end it here and I'll take questions. So any questions?
Please, I would like to share my screen so that I would know why my code did not work, because I really don't understand why.
All right, let me make you a co-host. I think Edward is now the host. Edward, can you? Oh, I am the host. So why don't I find this Zoom UI intuitive at all? Yes, I'm expecting to. But
Yeah, it's like I'm sharing. My screen is shared now.
okay.
Okay. Hmm. Hmm. It's like I'm not getting the opportunity now. I don't know.
Do you see share screen?
Yeah,
Like when you click, what do you see?
I've seen your entire screen application window, and my screen is captured smaller here, but I can't. There's no option to share. Please. Okay. Okay.
So that's Rosina's screen. She's going to explain to us. She's going to show her code, and then any one of you should figure out why it's not working.
Okay, so this is my code. I really don't know why it's not working.
So Edward and Isaac, figure out why it's not working.
I think it's still the same problem. Amount hasn't been casted yet on the third line.
Rosina, show us the output and let's see the error, because just the code will not tell us what's going on.
So this is my error. So Python.html. This is what I'm getting. I don't know. They're just invalid syntax. I really don't know what I did wrong.
So you are using Python 2.7. I am not sure if f-strings was available in Python 2.7. Let's try that in Python 2.7 and see.
Okay.
So I'm now in Python 2.7. Let's say f name is equal to Edward. L name is equal to pi. And then I print, then let's print L name
Please, I cannot see your screen.
F name. Okay, I'll share that. That means you have to stop sharing. Yeah, so it is
Yeah.
not in Python 2.7. Let me stop sharing and let me share my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I started Python 2.7 here. I declared a variable f name, l name, and I tried to use f strings to print it out, and I got syntax error. The reason why it is not working for you is because you are using Python 2.7. Type this on your terminal and let me see. Type Python 3 instead of Python 2.7. Type Python 3 and let me see.
Okay.
I quit the current Python session. Type Python 3. Do you have Python 3?
No, I'm trying to quit it. Okay. Python 3. Yeah.
You have Python 3.
No, the third date, my file cannot be opened. I can't open 3 or something. No such file or directory.
What we have learned from this is that f strings is not available in Python 3. And I'm sure, in Python 2. And I'm sure the first percentage thing I was trying to probably has been, let me try it here and see since I'm in Python 2. So let's say f name is equal to Edward. In fact, I have them already. So let me just say full name is equal to percentage, and then I'll do percentage, f name, l name. Don't I have f name? F name not defined, but I have it up there. Okay, f name is equal to Edward. L name is equal to hi. And let me just do full name is equal to this. Okay, so it is available here, but we got something wrong. I really don't know what, but it's not something I even want to waste my time on. So, okay, so at least we've learned that f strings are not available in Python 2, and that is why it's important that we all stick to Python 3 so that we have common problems and then we all understand each other's troubles.
So the it's only available in maybe MacBook.
No. It's available when you install it. Even Python 2.7, I can just install. You see that I have 2 and 3, both of them on my computer, yeah. Because sometimes we have some existing code I was written in Python 2, and Python 3 will not always work, and sometimes to vice versa. So I have both of them. But for starters and for going forward, let's stick to Python 3.7. And then even now there's 3.8. It is still 3. So let's stick to Python 3. Just that when you're installing, try and install the latest, and then things should work.
And based on what you have, do you have any theory to help me go through that?
Yeah, so I've recorded the videos and I'm going to share it on my channel on YouTube. So by the way, you guys should just go to YouTube, search for my name and subscribe so that you get updates. So just go to YouTube, look for Edward. Yes, this is my YouTube, and just click on subscribe so that when I publish, I'll publish it into a playlist called Time with Mentees. So you can just get the video of everything that we've done here, and then you can also practice on your own. So Edward, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, all right. Rosina, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions for now.
Okay, all right. So what I expect of you guys is go over the videos that I'll be publishing onto YouTube once more, and let's agree on another meeting day within a week to carry on from what we have. But the most important thing is don't stop learning just because this session has ended. You always have to get ahead of me so that you can ask me some questions, and then I can answer them for you. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next session.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Thank you too.
Bye.